Happy Friday the 14th of October. I'm rolling in Digibug 2. This is the not original Digibug. This one is a newer model. It is gas and not diesel, but it's very similar to the other one. I mean, this one's a 2004, the other one's a 2000, and I can tell the 2000's built better. I mean, the metal, it's thicker. I can just tell, you know, it's just more solid. I like driving it better, but it's got over 300,000 miles on it now. This one's got not even 70,000 4 years later. But anyway, I like to drive this a little bit. Just fixed something on it, wanted to test it out. And check engine light is off, not coming back on. I think I got the problem fixed. Wasn't a big problem, but you know, if I can fix it, I'm gonna fix it. Anyway, crypto, let's talk a little bit about crypto. I'm curious, and I think it's a low number, I'm curious how many people have actually sent crypto from one wallet to another. I mean, having it in your possession, on your phone, in an app, have you sent that from someone else or even received it from someone else on a peer-to-peer transaction type? I venture to guess not many people have. Now, Litecoin, Lisa and I, last year we went to a lot of meetups. This year we went to a couple, not so much this year. But we would set people up with wallets, teach them to download wallets, write down their seed phrase, the words in order, save that, because the importance of that is if you have that seed phrase, those words in order, you can lose your phone, doesn't matter. Wallet gets deleted, doesn't matter. You can restore it on any device. And you can restore it in another wallet because it's a compliant standard. BIP 39, I think that's the protocol. Improvement proposal, Bitcoin improvement proposal, I think it is. Anyway, basically what it said is, hey, there's 2,048 words in a pool, and you can pick 12 of those at random. That is secure enough that nobody's going to replicate it. The odds of doing that are just ridiculous. So you can pick those 12 words in order, write them down, and that's your wallet. Translates to a private key. So we would teach people how to do that, and we'd send a transaction. The nice thing is, well, I would say most of the people who showed up didn't ever know how to do that. And so, you know, we taught them how to do it, which is a great thing. And it's an important thing to learn, because if you're going to use this stuff as money, and we think, okay, when the system collapses, you know, we've got crypto, you better make sure you know how to use it and how to send it, you know, from one person to another. So I would say if you're going to educate yourself, if you want to learn something new, you know, you should learn something new every day. Please be patient, student driver. I love it. I need to put that on mine. People will back off. So if you want to, it's good to learn how to do it, is what I'm saying. And see this, I'm in the Digibug 2, like I said, and the mount is different for the phone, so it moves around. I need to get a different mount. Been saying that for months. Just need to do it. So, you should practice doing those things. Practice sending it around. Find a friend, find a family member, set it up. You know, send a little bit back and forth. And the nice thing is, you know, if you're using Litecoin or Digibyte, the fees to do that are so minimal. They're insignificant, less than a penny for Litecoin and a fraction of a penny for Digibyte, and it's fun. It's fun to do because it's exciting when you first get that transaction. You send it, and you see someone else who gets it. You send them back and forth. You understand how empowering this system is, because if you've ever sent money through the banking system, you know how difficult it is to get it done. Oh, let's wire the money. Oh, let's set up a payment through the bank's payment, you know, system, whatever they call it. I don't even know, check pay or whatever. And, you know, it's a cumbersome process that takes a while. My Fold card, all right, I use the Fold card, load it, you know, and you get Bitcoin back on every purchase. You should look into doing that if you don't. And actually just download the app and you can spin the wheel every day and get free Bitcoin. It's a little bit, but it's free Bitcoin. If you don't have it on your phone, you should download it and get it. And you can buy gift cards, like for instance, you know, if you're shopping if you're going to Olive Garden, it's like 5%, 4.5% back. So if you buy a $100 Olive Garden gift card, you're getting, you know, $4.50 back in Bitcoin. It's right there on your phone, and you can transfer it out to your own private wallet. So I don't know, it's just, you know, if you're shopping for these things, you should use it. And like I said, there's no cost to doing that. You can get their card, which there's a membership fee to do that, like $100 a year or something, $120 a year. But if you use that Fold card for every purchase, you get Bitcoin on every purchase. And it depends, you know, it's a little gambler mentality. It can be 1% back of it, it could be 1.5%, could be up to 5%. You can win a whole Bitcoin. Anyway, it's kind of cool. It's just a way that you can do that. Anyway, and if you want to sign up for that, use my referral link down below, and I think you get some free Bitcoin, and I get a little bit too, which is cool. So you can always go to my website, clintwestwood.net, to sign up for that stuff and other things too. My point in that was, when I load the Fold card though, I have to do it like I have to pay through my bank account. Now you can link a card, and I don't know, you go through a third party. Anyway, I haven't done it for instant funding. So what I do, point is how slow the banking system is. What I do is, you know, I'll do like a check pay, and then I'll pay it, and it takes 2 business days to get the money in there. So if you want to deposit money into the Fold card, you know, it takes like 2 days. Banks are slow. Not so with crypto, because with crypto, it's immediate. Now, I mean, yeah, you have blocks that need to confirm, like Litecoin. Yeah, it broadcasts immediately, and it will show. I gotta disable that dinger. Have the dog sitting over here, and it thinks, oh, the seatbelt's not on, because she's like 30 pounds, and it dings the whole way. Annoying. But anyway, first world problems, right? So anyway, it takes me a couple days to get the money there. The sun's in my eye. So what, you know, with cryptocurrency, that's not the case. With Litecoin, the blocks, the transaction blocks are out every 2.5 minutes, and then those are stamped in that block, and then you start transactions in the next block 2.5 minutes later, approximately. Bitcoin's 10 minutes per block. Digibyte's 15 seconds per block. So, I mean, it's fast to confirm. You know, and a lot of people, well, they'll want multiple confirmations before they consider it a valid transaction. But the thing is, it shows up right away with Litecoin, with Digibyte. I mean, you send it, person sees it in their wallet, and then it's just a matter of it confirming on the blockchain. And then it's done. It's set in stone. You know, it's done at that point. It's part of the ledger. But it happens very quickly, and you see it happen very quickly. I use the analogy many times when I'm talking to people, you know, at meetups, and it's just a good analogy to me. If you're selling a vehicle on a Sunday, like a used car, like I'm selling this Digibug, I want to sell it on a Sunday. The banks are closed, coin shops are closed, you know, everybody's closed. So you got to determine what money you're going to take for the vehicle, because if you're going to sign over the title and give someone possession of your vehicle and they drive off with it, they have it. What are you going to take as payment? Now, some people would say, well, I'll take cash. Okay, that's fine. But I mean, cash can be counterfeited unless you're an expert at it. I mean, you don't know that those bills are legit. I mean, do you have a yellow marker right now to test and see? And I mean, is that enough? I don't know. You know, how sophisticated can the counterfeiting be? But if you're giving up something of value, you better darn well be sure that you're getting something of value back. And so how do you know that? How do you know that in this day, if that cash is legit? And you might say, oh, well, I'll take silver or gold for it too. That's okay. But when the transaction, when it, you know, the rubber meets the road and they hand it to you, how confident are you that that's legit silver and gold? How do you know it's not a fake? How do you know it's not counterfeit? I mean, that's the issue. How do you verify those forms of money and know that you're getting what you've been promised and the deal you've been made is being fulfilled? How do you know? 100% on a Sunday. Like I said, the banks are closed. You know, I mean, how do you verify the bills? The coin shops are closed. How do you know? Do you have a scale? I mean, do you have a tester for these metals? Are you 100% sure that you can accept these? Are you going to take a check? That'd be crazy to take a check, even if it's a cashier's check, because a cashier's check is just one bank's promise to pay. Now, you take it to another bank, you know, if you're in a banking crisis or, you know, turmoil in the banking system, they may say, no, I'm not taking it. You know, you're going to have to wait X amount of days and maybe it'll clear. I mean, personal check, same thing. You don't know if the funds are in there until you try and draft it out of that account. And then at that point, you realize there's nothing there, and oh crap, my car's gone. What do? Who's the guy? Well, he gave me a fake name. You know what I mean? Who knows? My point is, in my world right now, knowing what I know, and I'm almost 50, I don't want to take payment for anything unless it, for an object like that I can't verify. I'll take it in Litecoin. I mean, I'll take it in Digibyte. I'll take it in Bitcoin. But the thing is, I'm going to be sitting around all day waiting for Bitcoin to confirm. Litecoin's quick. Digibyte's even quicker. It doesn't matter to me. I'll take either one. They're both money to me. So the point is that network, that blockchain, that Litecoin blockchain, that Digibyte blockchain does all the confirmation, all the validation for you. And when you receive it in your wallet almost immediately, you know that it's good and you can do whatever you want with it. There's no more validation. See, that's the beauty of this digital money. It's trustless. You don't have to trust it. It's all built into the code. You know that when you receive it, you receive it. There's only so much on that network and it's all accounted for. Only 84 million Litecoin can ever exist. And right now it's like 72 million, I think. And then you got the rest of another 100 years and the rest of them come out. That shows you how scarce it's going to become. The network takes care of all that. And so when you receive it, you can just like, boom. I mean, there's nothing better than the feeling of, that Litecoin shows up and it's like, I got it. It's mine. Those are my coins that they're all on the blockchain accounted for in the wallet, the seed phrase, the private key. All that is a key to access those funds. The network holds them all. I mean, you just have access to it and you're the only one unless you give up that information. And that's what makes you sovereign. That's what makes you in control. I mean, it goes deep because if you think about it, what is money? It's energy. What is energy? It really ties into your spirit, your spirituality, because, when you die, your energy, your spirit goes somewhere else and takes another form. So that energy that you expend right now using your spirit that controls this avatar body while you're here, this robo machine, that energy is your spirit, and your spirit is going into that energy. And when you put it into a form of energy like a Federal Reserve note, you just got robbed of your energy. They're stealing your spirit. Why do you think I call them vampires? Because that's what they're doing. They're vampiring your energy away. But if you put it into something that it's locked in code and you know exactly how many it is, you own it. You have it. It's your energy that's stored up there. And you got to get around this dollar price stuff. I mean, the dollar is overdue to collapse. World reserve currencies don't last this long, typically. I mean, if it's going to collapse, it's going to collapse soon because we're right there. Now, by collapse, it may mean that, it continues to be used, but it might not buy you much at all. And why would it when they can continue just to create it out of nothing? And you get paid in it, and you get robbed of your energy. Therefore, your spiritual energy is depleted. It's being used for things it shouldn't be used for. They've taken it from you. So it's kind of important to know where you're putting these things. But back to the analogy of there's no better form of money that I would take right now. And as we go more fully digital, why would I want something that is just devalued at will? Why would I take, if we're going to be portable and moving around and, we're in this highly efficient society and I guess that's the decision where we're at right now. Are we going to go back to artificial scarcity? Because that's what the current, regime wants. Artificial scarcity, use green energy, which can never produce enough for humanity to survive at the level that we've become accustomed to. It will take us backwards. Meanwhile, and you may think that's a good thing, we're saving Mother Earth, but realize the people who are pushing this, they're not cutting back. They're doing everything they want to do, and they are living in a different world. They're living in a different level while telling you that you shouldn't even, be a part of this, that you should feel guilty. Don't think so. Don't think so. So we have to make that choice. Are we going to, I mean, there's free energy everywhere. I mean, come on. I mean, if the technology would just be unleashed, look at what a lightning bolt produces. I mean, look at the energy that's charged up in this atmosphere, that all we have to do is harness it. All we have to do is utilize it. And you're telling me we're not smart enough to come up with technologies that can do that? Instead, we have to rely on the sun and the wind and all these moving parts and all the energy it takes to create that stuff, and the stuff you had to mine out of the ground and haul this and weld this for the windmills. I mean, you're telling me that's efficient? You're telling me that's good for the earth? Well, there are better ways, I think. I mean, there's free energy all around. We just have to harness it. Maybe we should look at Tesla technology again and take a look at what he was doing. Because what we're doing right now has not been, it's not going in the right direction. It's not going to be sustainable. Green energy is not sustainable for humanity. I mean, that's what it comes down to. It's not reliable enough that we can have a modern society. So, just my opinion, but I think it bears out because, you know what? Europe's going green, Germany's going green, and they're going to freeze to death this winter. Why is that? Why is that? If supposedly this green energy is going to save everybody, and then if Germany doesn't get natural gas, they're in big trouble. Same with all of Europe. So ask yourself that question. Greenest continent in the world. Gonna freeze to death. Ironic, isn't it? Don't you think? All right, but at the end of the day, I mean, in order to survive, we've got to be digital. The best form of money to me is, at this point, these digital networks that have been running, and Litecoin's been running over 11 years now, nonstop, 100% uptime. Ask yourself, what form of payment would you trust if someone wants to pay you for, a car that you're selling and they're going to drive away with it? What are you going to take in payment that you 100% know is in your possession and can be used and is not counterfeit? I mean, that's the reality of it. That's why I choose Litecoin. So I choose Digibyte. I mean, I'd even take Bitcoin. I'm just, it's just slow. And I'm just more, I resonate. People ask me, why don't you talk about Monero? Why don't you talk about Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, all these other ones? Why is it just Litecoin? Because that's what I prefer. Because I choose Litecoin. I'm not against any of the other ones. It's just I prefer Litecoin. And then Digibyte is a close second. That's just my personal preference. Why don't you like Dogecoin? I mean, I'm not against Dogecoin, and I would accept Dogecoin. I'm just not, I don't resonate with Dogecoin like I do Litecoin. So I'm going to talk about what I resonate with. I'm not going to come out here and say, well, Dogecoin's a really good coin, this and that, if I don't have passion for it. And I don't have passion for it. I am not against it. I'm not against any of these coins. But I don't have the passion and I don't resonate with it. So I'm going to tell you what I resonate with. What I feel. That, every coin has a frequency and energy. You can say an astrological chart, a birth date, this and that. And I'm sure there's deeper reasons why I resonate with these things, but I just do. And so that's what I talk about. So I prefer Litecoin and I prefer Digibyte. And that's just it. So, and I have my reasons. And I talk about them a lot. So anyway, ask yourself as we go forward, what is sound money? What is something I would want to receive in payment form? What is something that doesn't rob me of my energy? If I hold this stuff for 5 years, 10 years, I mean, you put a $100 bill under your mattress. When I graduated from high school in 1991, I'm like, $100 bills went a long way. I can do a lot of partying with that. But now, if I had saved it, what good is it? I mean, and at the time, if I had taken a gold coin that was $100 worth and stuck it under there, I'd be money ahead. Well, now we've got an opportunity. If you had taken a Bitcoin, a Litecoin, and 10 years ago and held on to it, what's it worth now? I mean, it goes from, you know, less than $1 to, you know, what, $19,000. Litecoin, what, $50+ I mean, going forward, that is the way. So, happy hour today, happy hour Friday. Tune in to watch Litecoin Lisa and I talk. We're going to talk about Tulsi Gabbard. I want to kind of talk about that a little bit. What went on there. Interesting person, Tulsi Gabbard. So we'll talk about her on Happy Hour. Go check out Happy Hour on Litecoin Lisa's YouTube channel. Just search Litecoin Lisa, and at 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to have a live happy hour. I'm going to have a couple of drinks. I haven't had a drink since last weekend. I'm kind of detoxing a little bit after the weekend of fun. Had everybody out here, so that'll be fun. We'll talk about that and how that went. Litecoin Summit's coming up next week. We'll probably mention that a little bit. So check us out, 4 p.m. Central Time, Litecoin Lisa's YouTube channel. It'll also be simulcast here, but the chat's over there on her channel, you know, live chat. Hope you watch it. Hope to see you there. And, you know, in all of these things, as things seem to be collapsing, as the narrative that's out there wants to fill you with fear, just know that you are in control. Know that you are connected to something greater. It's all inside of you. Just trust yourself, because it's all right here. Okay? Just trust yourself. All right. Love you all. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. Hope you check out Happy Hour.